Welcome to PAWrestling.com. This is Glenn Kaiser. Going to be hosting us this afternoon. Our standard Joe Youngblood is coaching middle school wrestling at a tournament. And I'm joined by Matt Torresani, again, head coach at Radnor. And we got a good one here tonight, this afternoon, I should say, between Boyertown and West Chester Rustin in essentially the quarterfinals of the Wrestlebacks, Matt. And on the other side, we have West Chester Henderson, who was a surprise winner over Council Rock North last night, and they'll be wrestling against Downingtown West, another surprise loser to Springford. So should be a good one. Where are we starting at?
I'm not sure. This looks like 145. Starting at 145 here. And
we got a forfeit coming out of the gate. So there's a forfeit. We move right to 152, and Rustin's on top, 6-0.
for Boyertown,
they forfeited the counter.
All right, you have Brett Brider here at 152 pounds for Boyertown. He's a junior, sitting at 17-10 right now. He's right in on a double leg. He's tried to turn that corner quickly, but Hess did a nice job getting to that ankle and just kind of planting it right there. And you can see his knee's not going anywhere, nor does he want it to. And you're just hoping yeah, there it is. And that's what you're hoping for in that situation. Get it stale as quickly as possible. But really aggressive right from the get-go, and I love seeing that. Interesting tactic wrestling from your knees here. You don't see that as much as you did a couple years ago when you had like the Sheetses of the world wrestling from a knee or two, and that's kind of something of the past a little bit.
And it is good style to change off to every now and then, especially if you got a guy that's got a lower level than you.
He's doing a nice job trying to control wrist and control that outside elbow, maybe trying to pass that tie.
Yeah, both guys just kind of feeling each other out here, trying to establish some sort of superior position.
Hess is giving a lot of pressure forward right now. I want to see if Brider might try to use that. There he goes with the snap. Got that whizzer there, and they're out of bounds.
And Hess did the right job. Hess is bleeding all over the place. I don't know if that's just some... I mean, he's bleeding all over.
And
I was all over that. The officials... Mike, I might have to call this one tonight as well.
His eye, right underneath of his eye, you can see he's got like a boxer's cut there. So let's clean him up quickly.
That thing opened right up. I mean, just kind of a recap of how we got here today. We have Council Rock South wrestling Springford in the finals, the number 1, and Council Rock South, the number 3, in our Springford Rams. And then, kind of a surprise down here. Owen J. Roberts not in the Wrestlebacks, eliminated last night by this Rustin team after suffering a loss to Springford. Somewhat of a lopsided loss, really. I mean, Springford dominated the match last night, so we have a really good final coming up right after this one. And Boyertown on the other side, they're Boyertown, and they're fighting for one of these 4 spots to states, and one of these teams will punch a ticket to the state duels. They will be traveling. The number 3 and 4 teams will be traveling. Mike and I just got that clarified from Denny Kelly, our chairman, District 1. So either way, I mean, a win here and you're in, and then you're battling for third.
Yeah.
It's just a matter to get in and then look for your position in that third place match.
You see the whole team went Boyertown blonde.
Oh, yeah, we saw that the other night up at Springford, so they were ready early this week.
I think that's a type of style that you can request when you're out there in Boyertown.
Oh, yeah.
From your hairstylist.
Well, Joe Youngblood was talking about the Downingtown West mullets last night, so we can get right back into Boyertown. I'm surprised. I like when they do the red and the black.
Yeah, that's common for postseason. Still kind of working from that knee and is trying to tie him up a little bit.
Good attempt there by Brider.
And that's time. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the game plan going into this match. They discussed trying to tie up his elbows and staying low in a knee, because he got right into that double quickly in the first period and almost took him down, and he kind of changed it up from that.
Hess chooses to go right down here, start second, looking for those first points.
doing a nice job trying to just break him down over his elbow. If you watch his back right knee just stays behind the butt there and just kind of keeps that pressure on his hands forward, and he's finally able to break him down and just collecting wrist now on top. He's going to try to maybe go for this tilt here.
Looking for that hazard. He rolled right through.
No, good job fighting hands on bottom.
Yeah, Hess broke that grip. See if he goes right back to. He's trying to stuff that elbow. Quick stalling warning here called.
Yeah, you got to build up. You got to look like you're trying to improve your position. You want to try to prevent that second period stall if you can, especially in the bottom position where you can try to make it look like you're working.
Yeah, Paul Hertz is our head official here with Greg Fantazzi, the mat judge. So what I would call a South crew here on this match.
Nice mat return there.
Oh, leg in coming in. Real nice by Brighter there. See if you can get these hooks underneath and start working some power halves.
He's just trying to
get
wear
that hip
him down
pressure.
now.
Yeah, and he lost that hip pressure.
There he goes, trying to collect that wrist back. And need a little explosion here out of Hess on bottom, just trying to come to his feet. But you need to be careful when a guy's got a cross wrist and you're on your base.
Yeah, especially coming up, because you want that if you're going to load that tilt. He's coming back in with a leg. And again, Hess doing a good job of controlling that wrist, like you said. But he's got a stalling warning. I think he's got a stalling coming real quick.
Yeah, he could here. I mean, he sealed off well in this entire period, but then that doesn't help you look like you're doing much. So, yeah, he's just trying to survive this period, not give up any near fall points.
He got out of there without a stalling point, so keep that in mind. That's there.
Looks like we're back on blood time here. Clean him back up one more time.
Yeah, you know, Brighter didn't wrestle last night. He got forfeit at 145 against. Oh no, that's the wrong match. I'm just looking here, but the moves that Boyertown are going to make, you know, they kind of just made because we were looking at this lineup coming back around at 138. So I'm not sure who they want to close there at 138, and you know, it's probably Ethan Himes is my guess. So, you know, they do have Connor Nicewinder weighed in at 132. So, you know, giving up 6 points to start a spot to go to states is kind of dangerous.
Yeah,
and we saw this last night with Tim Sizlove forfeiting to one of the Hale brothers, I believe. Was it a Hale brother last night? And, you know, Joe and I were a little taken back, and the next thing you know, it just stopped all momentum that West had and got the matchups they wanted, and it was just a change of events. So you never know. You know, momentum's important in these duels.
Huge, huge. You get the whole bench going, and you're fired up to come out there with a little more energy, and that can be a game changer for your team. So Brighter starts on bottom. He does a nice job. He does a nice job locking up that wrist, trying to go from a standing position into that tilt.
Hip heist here would be all right.
Brighter did a nice job getting his foot in there, kind of preventing him from coming all the way over, but he's got to be careful getting high
nice
here.
Nice little knee chuck there to get to his feet. Excellent job for that first point. So now he's got a point on the board. He's got a stalling, holding on Hess, and he's getting busy on that head, Matt.
He needs to work here for the, you know, he's got 1:20 to kind of just stay active, and you don't want to go fully defensive, but
you got to stay. You want to get that takedown.
You definitely want to kind of stay in a good position this entire period here and try to work it. But he can get a stalling call here, not really doing much. Just locking up
but Hess is really holding that out. There's a stalemate. That's the call.
That's the right call in that position. But you know, you keep doing that, you could draw that another stall call here. And he just told him, the head official here, that you know, you need to work out of that position to improve.
Nose plug out. We got blood coming out everywhere.
It's coming. It's flowing.
I always see that stuff. All the years, I remember every match, and I remember every nose plug blowing out. That's your job out there. Fantazzi totally ignoring me.
Yes, yeah, nothing to do with you.
But here comes the blood stoppage that I was predicting, and I'm not. This one may be on Brighter.
It looks like they're plugging him up too a little bit.
So a lot of instruction going on here. with the Rustin staff.
He's got 50 seconds to work for a takedown here, and
this is one of those swing matches, you know, right out of the gate here. I mean, this is definitely a toss-up bout for both teams. It's important for one of these teams to grab this first, you know, contested bout.
If I'm Brider, I'm going to try to fire off a leg attack here as quickly as I can. Try to get in on a leg and not let him tie me up again. So let's see what he does. There he goes.
Nice
he
shot.
clears it. You want to keep your feet running here. Try to collect that leg, get two hands on it. But Hess did a nice job on that counter. Gets his hips back far and deep and is able to kind of counter it. But he's got short time now. And Brider staying offensive definitely helped kind of whittle down some clock there.
Absolutely. Now he's got a nice tie up. You know, he'll clinch all day here with a 1-0 lead.
And you see he's back on that line a little bit. It's a good place to be.
Yeah, circling in. Another half attempt, you know, which is going to
it's all perception.
Help him out. Short time here. That was the hot spot last night over there. A lot of calls.
Hot corner.
It was a hot spot. And we got blood.
Got more blood here.
This is Brider again.
Six seconds left in this third period in a 1-0 match. And again, we talked like this is a huge swing match. And it could have gone either way. So he's got very short time to try to secure this takedown here, and we'll see what he does with it.
Yeah, and I mean, Hess comes in here at 19-9 on the season. Decent, you know, record. Especially in the middle weight classes, as we know, or, you know, typically the stronger weight classes. Brider 17-10 himself, so, you know, pretty evenly matched wrestlers. You know, both teams have great schedules. I mean, this Rustin team is battle tested, and they're battle tested from last night. You know, really nice job by Rustin to get by O&J.
He looks fired up in the center of this mat here and focused for this last 6 seconds, which I love.
He just got coached up, so he's got a game plan with 6 seconds. I don't know what it is. Jumping on looking for the old headlock, front head and arm. Just got to go crazy.
And that's time.
There it is.
Brider with the 1-0 victory over Hess, and that will give Boyertown 3 points with the decision. And here we go into 160. Let's see what Boyertown does here with their send.
Playing the old you send, I send, and Mike's going to throw that up there. It's Babb and Harkins. So Ethan Harkins, you know, back in the lineup here for West Chester Rustin. We know that Hurley's a little banged up. He just returned, so they insert Harkins in here, and Hurley's probably going to go up. Labus, I believe, is banged up. Labus, remember I called him Labus last time. But Labus, you know, is out, I think. So see what happens here with Harkins and Babb. And Harkins is a pinner, Matt.
Yeah, he knows how to finish a match. And you know, I watched Brock the other night wrestle, and he stayed strong throughout his entire match. And he's 500 on the year, but this is a big test for him with Harkins. And you know, he's definitely gonna have to show his mettle here in this one tonight. Early hands, fires off a shot from the outside. Nice re-attack, and he's just staying aggressive. But Brock tries to fire off a half shot.
Yeah, Babb not backing down either. He's countering as well with the shot.
Heavy hands here for both guys and trying to find a position that works for them.
Glad Mike knows what everybody looks like with the blonde hair. I'm confused. Great double.
Right into that double. Beautiful takedown.
Excellent work there by Harkins.
You know, he tried to pass that elbow, come to the single, steps back, goes right to the double, and it's a beautiful job by Harkins.
So 35 to go here in the first. I wouldn't be surprised if Harkins tries to load up a hazard, try and get some, you know, backs here. But he's got to be feeling pretty good with a 2-0 lead here on top. Nice switch attempt by Babb.
Does a nice job breaking him back down over his elbow, collecting that arm bar here.
Bar.
Get that one-on-one. Let's see him run it. Maybe try to Try to get some back points here with short time. With 20 on the clock.
Digging it deep. He's going to get it.
Oh, he's
dropping that elbow.
Can he get the pin here with short time? Let's see. And there it is. Huge win for West Chester Rustin. Big 6 points on the board.
148.
They're fired up for that pin right there. We talked about momentum a little bit ago. Let's see what type of momentum they can swing from this one here.
And Hurley's out here at 170, as we knew he'd be coming.
You know, not a lot of matches this year with his injury, but you know, every time I've seen him wrestle so far, he's been on it and has wrestled pretty well. So
yeah, he had a rough night last night. Zollers from O&J caught him and stuck him. I believe it was Zollers. And you know, I'm not sure how much he can really fight with that shoulder if it's in trouble, and I think that's what happened last night. But I'm sure he's ready to rebound right here. So we have Mortimer.
22-9. Solid record coming into this one tonight.
And Hurley, as we know, only 5 matches, I believe, 5-1 right now. Is that right?
He's 3-2 right now.
3-2. So he came in, I believe, 3-0. He lost 2 last night.
In on that single. Mortimer did a nice job in the beginning trying to get that whistle. Just didn't get it deep enough to be able to hold on to it, and Hurley's able to secure the takedown. Striving with that knee, trying to get that wrist out right to a half.
And Boyertown's got to avoid, any more bonus points right now, because the strength of their lineup's coming up here up top, and they're going to be able to put some bonus points on the board. So, again, limit your damage here in the middle, and hope you get your big bonus points up top, and then coming back around, you're going to see some good matches, to decide this thing. I'm sure the coaches talked all about bonus points. Both coaches
are going to be huge in this duel for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Jones and Coach Harkins preach, stay off your back, get some on your back, finish it, and don't give up any majors or tech falls. So, and that last pin by Harkins, was huge for that Golden Knights team. Is that what they're called? The Golden Knights?
Yes, sir. Golden Knights.
I can't see my scoreboard over there.
Switch attempt. Tries to try a little changeover.
Mike's keeping the board to himself.
He's doing a great job running his feet. He's got that tight. He had that tight waist. He just keeps running his feet, keeping that pressure up top. It's hard to get your chest off the mat when there's that much pressure on top.
He's trying to dig that bar in. He had it reinforced, lost it, but he went right back to the bar. And Mortimer doing a nice job hipping into that bar. And a lot of kids just forget that. You hip down into that bar, it takes it away. So good job there, keeping it 2-0. Hurley's got to open up now. I mean, he has to get back into a rhythm. I mean, postseason's coming quick here, and he doesn't have many matches left.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, I know Chestmont's got a couple, to go before the end of the week next week. And if they make the state duels, that might be good then to get some extra matches in. But I mean, this would be a match that he would need to open up a little bit, in my mind, not only as a coach on the sidelines, but certainly as a fan. You got to hope that he can get back into a rhythm that he had last year.
And he's going to have to learn how to wrestle with that, that brace on. That's something that you're going to figure out while you're on the mat, and different positions that he's in and how he can work better around it. But does a nice job freeing his hips, gets up to his feet, and he's out for an escape.
Yeah, real good hand fighting there to get clear.
Let's see what he does on his feet here. You definitely want to try to get back on top as quickly as possible and try to work that arm bar again and try to turn him here. One arm, he's kind of in that one-arm collar tie, which I like a lot of times.
Yeah, and Hurley's staying in a really good position in his stance, not giving Mortimer too many angles.
Mortimer with this underhook here.
Yeah, pushing him right out.
And he pushes him right out. We'll see. Can't do that too many times without getting a stall call, so he's going to have to stay in there a little better. College, that's a stall call. Getting that underhook.
Yeah, Mortimer trying to jack that thing up, looking for a little knee pick or an ankle pick, nothing there. Hurley's got that other wrist really secured, so Mortimer's got to clear out.
Good block, re-attack. He kind of fires off that underhook. He's coming at him now, Mortimer is, and wow, that's a lot of good reshots there. That's a good little flurry you just saw. Both guys firing off some shots. Nothing all the way, but they're both staying busy. Mortimer did a nice job countering, though, with that, throwing up, bumping that underhook and trying to get back in the leg. Just didn't get all the way in there.
Yeah, and Hurley's just, I think, kind of waiting for his opportunity.
Oh, there it is.
Just kind of a slick duck on
Got to keep him in, and his feet stay
Toes
down, and that's 2.
Fantastic confirmed. He was on the feet. Refs working together. That's a good call right there.
That's a nice takedown with 11 seconds. Now you just hold him down. Keep this match at 5-0 going into the third where you can try to get the work. Like I said, he's off his knees, he's on his toes. He kept that pressure up front for the last little bit there. Just keeping his hip broken down so he couldn't build back up his base. And that'll take us into the third period here. Hurley 5, Mortimer 0. And Hurley will take the bottom position here in the third period.
Yeah, now he's got to move off the bottom. He cannot, just kind of base out or Mortimer's will working. So he's right to his feet. Excellent job.
And now he's close to a major. He put himself in a position where he can get bonus points.
He was out in like a second. I know there's 4 off the clock, but that was out of bounds. So excellent work from the bottom by Hurley.
Looks like. Go ahead.
No, you're right. Hurley's going to have to open up here and work the major. That bonus point will be huge later in this match.
Looks like Mortimer's getting a little bit more energy here in the third, actually, and as the clock winds down, he's starting picking it back up. He's going to need to go.
He's got to go. And this is where Boyertown can be dangerous, with a headlock or a toss, and you got to stay on your toes and have good defense. Even though we were talking about the best defense is offense, but you still got to be wary of the headlock with Boyertown.
Hurley's looking for this next takedown here. He wants to get back on top as fast as he can. Try to close out a major decision here. Cannot be satisfied with the decision at this level.
Yeah, and Mortimer may be in a little defense mode himself. With these underhooks, maybe. Yeah, he's looking. He definitely wants to
That's a stall call. There it is, and that's the right call. I'm surprised he didn't almost even get a fling the mat point there. That would have been close. He backpedaled pretty quickly out of that.
Yeah, but again, he's going to be setting up this little duck. Once he gets clear here, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in.
He's going to have to pick it up on the offense here if he wants to get this major decision. There it goes. Gets in, holds it. Beautiful job. Maybe trying to get back. So he's got that claw out of it. And the knee splits him.
Now he's got that bar again.
There's got that, picks up the one-on-one.
I like how Rustin. Yeah, I love how Rustin puts this up on their leg.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's excellent work. Mortimer doing everything he can to fight this bar off. And he's going to, but it's not going to matter because the major's there for Hurley.
That's a big takedown there late in the third period to give him the major decision and rides out that armbar to finish the match. Add 4 points to the scoreboard for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, Rustin now up 16-3. Nice little lead for them with that bonus point there. So we move up to 82. And
you have Jacob Miller, looks like.
And Crow from Rustin. So Miller, obviously the favorite in this match.
Quick takedown there within 10 seconds. It's a big weight difference you got here and between these two guys. So Crow must have a job to do from his from the coaching staff to go out there and wrestle as hard as you can and not try to give up any bonus points if you can. So we'll see how he does here. It's a lot of weight with a guy like Jacob Miller. Who's
and Crow only 2-5 on the season. I mean, he's a fill-in guy, and again, this is where Boyertown starts their run. I mean, the Bears know they need bonus points here through the next 3 bouts.
Miller doing a nice job going from thing to thing on top here. Crossface, butcher, cradle.
But he's got to pick one.
He's got to go with one. He's got one that works anyway. But if you throw enough at him, something will catch. And that's something I noticed they do a lot. They'll just keep transitioning from one thing to another until they get one.
Big crossface here going to the butcher.
He's going to try to lift that leg here.
Looking for the crossface cradle. And then he stops it. Looking for that cradle, I think.
He gets his legs outside here. He might have been able to turn him, but
now he's coming out front.
Crow trying to stay strong here.
Looking for a mixer, maybe. Now he's back and burying the head.
Looking for that.
Yeah, he's looking for that cradle, and now he's got it.
He's going to load it up.
Totally loads it up.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Volrath cradle, and it's all over there for Crow, and Miller picks up the 6 and puts 9 on the board for Boyertown. So Boyertown gets right back in it with a big fall, and they're looking for more as we move up these higher weight classes. This is Rec coming out, I believe, at 95. And Owen Walsh for Rustin.
Rec's a senior, 26-6 on the year, and Owen Walsh is a junior at 9-11. So a little bit difference in records, and same idea as the last one. Hopefully he can go out here and not give up extra bonus points where you kind of have to try to keep this close if you can here at these upper weights. But we'll see. He's aggressive there from the get-go.
This 220-pound weight class is pretty tough in the region, and Rec kind of got himself into the conversation. Laraka from Springford is obviously wrestling very well too, and he was a little too much for Rec on Wednesday night, but Rec's a solid 220. He moves well.
You saw it right there at that takedown he got, and that was all crafted out of his offense, so he did a nice job. Gets that crossface right to the butcher. Just gave him too much room to get his hips through. You kind of have to keep your hips down and tight to the mat when you're walking around that butcher off your knees there. Just gave him a little bit too much space.
I know we're wrestling at 195 here. We're talking about the 220-pound weight class. Maybe Jones is thinking about going to 220.
He very well could be.
This could change everything in these upper weight classes.
Does a nice job bringing him back to the mat. Looks confident out there on top right now.
There's that cradle. You ought to just keep this clean, Matt. Forget the scoop.
Yeah, just get your head in there. Run him over.
Yep.
One count, one swipe, nothing more.
Still on the edge there, working something. Gets another one, gets his feet back in. Still working. He got a one arm hold.
Interesting with the new rules. I'm not sure if that should have been any swipes. If he's up on his toes there, out of bounds technically.
I saw that today. I saw someone make that call. It was a good call. As soon as he saw the toe come up, he blew it out. But I think some of these officials are gonna be a little more generous with that.
Locks up that cradle, whacks it.
Yeah, now he's got it in the right spot. Great spot.
See him adjusting, getting that low leg in the side here.
Plenty of time.
And gets the fall.
132. So here comes Boyertown. Just one down to Rustin at this point, and here's they do the little swap-roo. Jones is going to go up to heavyweight. We saw this the other night. It's their new move.
It's a pretty good one.
It's a very good move to put Rec in between Miller, two in between Miller and Jones. So And again, this is a toss-up match here with these two wrestlers here with Sonder and Jones. So anything can happen.
It's Elijah Jones can be giving up a lot of weight at heavyweight, and I don't think he cares a little bit. He's going to get right after it at that next match coming up. So, when you have guys willing to do stuff like that, ask them to gain a little bit of weight or drop a little bit of weight, and they just do it, no questions asked, that's what you want as a head wrestling coach, someone who's willing to go out there and take care of business.
Yeah, Big Brother's telling him what to do now as he's the head coach. So I'm sure there's a lot of conversations about where these guys are going for these duels. I mean, I know that, Council Rock South, they always play that game right to the drink to the, last ounce, and that .1 or .2 you need to not only keep your weight descent, but qualify for an extra weight class bumping up. And over the years, that's cost Council Rock South a couple times moving into the postseason for the individuals at the expense of the team. And again, this is a team event. So I like it, just like you said, Matt. I mean, it's a good team, approach to the sport. So both guys feeling each other's out here, and as Joe would say, dancing bears. We're almost, we're at 220.
We're at 220. We're at the
dancing bears.
We're in the Dancing Bear Arena right now. Both guys just working on position and your classic 220 match, but 30 seconds left to go here in the first period, and no one's really done much. Little fake shot there, and both guys doing a good job just maintaining a position.
And the Rustin wrestler, Jones, has been backing up a little bit here, so I think Fantazi's the lead official here. They're flip-flopping back and forth each match. I wouldn't be surprised if Fantazi hits him if he backs up to the line.
To me, that's an interesting move. As a wrestler, or as a coach, I'm looking for consistency in my reffing and how they call things. And, as you watch, say you're on your feet behind a guy coming on top, and guy calls stall quick and the other guy doesn't, you try to coach your team around how the ref's calling a match. So it kind of throws a kink sometimes when you're trying to get your team prepared for the next match.
Right, and so there was some discussion about this, at all levels. I mean, PIAA on down. We were talking about it last night. Like last night we needed a mat judge in all those matches. So I hope next year we see two out there. I agree with you. I do not like the flip-flopping from the head official in a dual meet to the other mat judge, and then he comes in as the head official. So agreement there. Definitely need two out there, though. So
definitely two. And,
we'll figure it out sooner or later.
Yeah.
It takes a while to change things here in District 1
yes,
and
at
the
PIAA
level.
There's a lot to see for these officials. I talk to a lot of them all the time, and you go up to the table to talk about something. A lot of times they haven't seen it because they're on the wrong side of the body or just in a different position that you saw something. So it's good to have two sets of eyes out there.
So again, both guys really doing a whole lot of nothing, and Sonder holding a 1-0 lead.
A little pushing there.
Yeah, but that's good pushing for
Jones,
because Jones, needs to be moving forward. Both guys not wanting to make a mistake here, understandably so, but you also have to go out and win the match.
At some point, they're both going to have to fire up a shot, but
that's the right call.
It is a great call. At this point, just pushing's going to do you a lot of favors. He's going to have to start pushing back.
Yeah, Fantazi lets him know. That's a stall warning. And we had a match today earlier at CB East in their duels, and the official's not letting the kid know he has a stall warning. You need to know. Good mat awareness, match awareness. Kids need to know where they stand. And sometimes kids aren't paying attention to that stuff.
A lot of times they're not paying attention, in my experience.
Yeah. Good head snap there. Nothing to follow, though, by Sonder.
You watch these Boyertown upper weights, and they love that snap to that underhook. And Sonder's trying to work a little bit, too. He's just not getting in deep on it. He needs to kind of snap a little harder and dig that underhook in a little more so he can bump it. So here we go in the third period on our feet.
Jones not going down on Sonder. Probably a smart move.
He's going to have to pick up his offense here then if he wants to come out of here victorious.
And, he's got to be careful in doing it because a bad shot, and I'm sure Saunders waiting for a bad shot to toss him.
Yeah, Saunders kind of got the advantage here. No stall call, up a point. He just has to stay center and keep good position and keep pushing in a little bit. He doesn't have to do too much, though. I mean, Jones is going to have to do the front of the work here if he wants it.
Saunders wanted that rush, and he kind of stopped. But like you said, I mean, a full minute of this, and Saunders wins. Probably another stall call, maybe a double stall call.
Yeah, very well. You could see he's been in the same 3-foot circle of his own, Saunders, for like that last 45 seconds. He hadn't moved much. Now we got a lot of hands here.
Yeah, good hand fighting, heavy on the head. You loved that windshield wiper, Jill, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Big fan.
In high school. You do that now, I'm sure, with the squad.
Oh, yeah.
And they love the coach after a good 10 minutes of that.
Can we move on yet?
No.
Hand fighting's huge if you want to win a match. He's got 19. 1 second clicking off there. He's got 19 to score here.
I like Saunders. He hustles back to the line, smart. And again, looking busy, and that's all he needs to do right now.
And we're out.
Rustin coach is calling for a shot here and telling him he's got to go, but not enough time for that. It's over.
He
There's his only shot of the day.
A little late, but.
So Saunders with the 1-0 win and puts Boyertown ahead 18-16. As we know, Elijah Jones is bringing 6 points back over to the Bears, no matter who comes out for Rustin.
And what a size difference just in terms of
this is Greg Wells.
Bodies here. We got
Owen's brother.
Two very different guys out here, and it's a big move. It's a nice move. Just a nice little card to have in your pocket. A guy that can wrestle from 95 up to heavy whenever you want him to.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you really don't need to get too heavy to qualify for 220, be eligible for heavyweight.
That's right.
So it's one of those weight classes that you really see a lot more common than in the middle, obviously, and down low.
And with your weight descent at the upper weight, you can lose a lot more weight in a week than the little guys. Yeah, easy. So it's a little bit different when you're talking about tenths of gaining a tenth or two to go up a weight class.
Looking for a butcher here.
Right off the bat. Does a great job. See,
he's got it. See,
he's coming back the other way.
Now he's going to have to get heavy.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get heavy.
He's got a lot of clock. He can just kind of hang out and slowly whittle him down to the mat.
Get those hips down, though. He's got his hips a little high.
Yeah, he's a little high right now. He'll adjust here slowly, I think. Maybe come back under for the butcher again.
Looks like he wants that cradle, too. Probably better served with the butcher with 2 hands.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, here he goes.
Get off. There you go.
Still got plenty of time.
Big yank here. Look at him trying to rake it there, and he gets it. And he just needs to get off his knees and cover.
Now he's got them all tangled up.
Right where he wants them.
Yeah, now once he gets on that half, it's all over.
And there it is. Beautiful job.
Yeah, 112 in the first. Jones putting Boyertown on top, 24-16. Coming back around here to 106. It's like Boyertown is making a move here.
Samantha
Rietenauer coming out for Boyertown.
She's a sophomore, 1-1 on the year so far. And Josh Barango.
Yeah, Barango's been wrestling pretty well here at 106 for Rustin. So obviously advantage here for the Golden Knights, and hope they can get some points back after, dropping 3 straight matches. Make it 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Barango trying to work a half there, but
Nice job.
Samantha doing a real nice job, keeping busy on her feet.
Brings her back with that cross wrist to a tilt, picks up a quick 2. He's still on it, though, so it's not awarded yet. He's going to have to let that go if he wants to move on to something new, and he stacks that bar, that reinforced bar, and just misses it.
And Reeder doing a nice job, again, hand fighting there to kind of get out of trouble with that hazard. Yeah, you've seen a lot of, female wrestlers here in the lighter weights over the last couple of years with the Walker girls at Upper Moreland and Happerhorse and Milana Barberi. We have a decent one.
It's a growing sport, and
it is.
For girls wrestling. It's great for wrestling as a whole, and and I think that's one of the, it's growing, and that's helping the sport grow. So
yeah, we're going to see that movement towards PIAA and girls teams. First year in the spring here, we're going to have a little pilot program, see how that goes. There it is.
And there's the fall.
So Varango picks up the fall. He does it in 1:41.
And that's big 6 points for the Golden Knights. Keep them in this match here.
Yeah, they need it. And again, boom, it's 24-22, 2-point match. As we move to 1:13, and
we have Jimmy King for West Chester Rustin. He's a freshman at 14-8, and we will see who Boyertown plans to send out here at 1:13.
Yeah, it's either a Stamen or who else did they double weight in there? I don't have that in front of me.
Looks like we have Stamen. Chase Stamen out at 1:13 for the Bears. Stamen, a sophomore at 14-9. So it looks like we could have a decent match here. They have similar records and similar bodies. We'll see how this match goes, but looks like it could be a good one.
Yeah, and Stamen's one of these future stars for the Bears. He's been behind some decent wrestlers the last couple of years, but he definitely is as a wrestler here, kind of new to the varsity scene every day. He's going to do some good things for the Bears.
Little misfire on that whistle there, and they're back at it.
Yeah, could have just let it go at that point.
Yeah.
Stamen kind of fighting everything off right now, looking for some offense of his own.
Yeah, he's snapping, trying to get to that Russian. Both guys just working for position, trying to clear ties, little shrugs, a little bit of elbow clears, just a little bit of everything, trying to get out, clearing each other's ties right now.
Yeah, Steven's got to get a pass, an elbow pass here when he clears and shoot.
Yeah, hasn't really worked back inside yet, so I'm sure at some point either he's setting something he wants up, or there he goes to fight back, try to fight back inside, little slide by and in on that single.
Little sneaky double.
Does a nice job coming to that other leg, running his body kind of the opposite direction and picking up that double leg takedown.
He was thinking about cutting him there, Matt. And then he looked up at the clock.
She had short time, and
he heard somebody yell, no.
He's gonna have to try to break him down over that elbow there, and I think he wants to get a leg in at some point here. So we have short time left. He's just trying to keep his hips behind his, below the other guy's hips and stay on top to the best of his ability. There it is. And he'll come out of the first period with a 2-0 lead. Red goes down. So Chase Stamen chooses the bottom position in the second period, and he'll try to get to his feet quickly here, get another takedown.
Stamen getting to his feet here. Now he's got to get cleared. He's got a hand fight. There it is. So 3-0. Good work from the bottom.
On that front head and arm, he's so long. He was able to kind of get his arm inside of his leg and break him down for a quick second there, but
yeah, I kind of thought he was going for an inside knee trip there. It's almost flattened out on his belly. King doing a good job again, controlling wrist though. Real nice exchange there.
Nothing yet.
Good action.
Like I said, Long, he was able just to kind of get his arm back out and stop him from spinning behind. This match is not over yet. There's a lot of stuff that can happen here. Both guys are starting to pick it up here.
Yeah, we're about halfway through, and again, they have picked up the action on their feet. And whatever score's coming from their feet has to be clean. As you saw, Stamen really had to set that up and get a really good, powerful leg attack to finish.
King's doing a nice job staying just kind of squaring in a good position.
And
you see, he keeps getting square.
Yeah, that's the second shrug. He's looking to score off of that, but Stamen did a nice job there arming up, though, and squaring up himself. A lot of head-to-head collar ties here, straight on. Nothing's coming from there, Matt.
Not a whole lot of action right now. Kind of slowed down a little bit now.
That favors Stamen with a 3-0 lead at this point.
Just has to stay in good position, fires those off, and gets the stall call there at the edge. Again, I preach that in my room about wrestling hard at the edge of the mat, because you can get those stall calls from a guy if they're not trying to wrestle.
Good shot by Stamen again to finish off this period.
Great job.
Excellent finish.
The West Chester Rustin guy's not happy about that call. They feel like he held the wizard, and they're having a little conference about it right now.
Oh, no. That was butt to the mat, posted. I mean, the wizard came in second.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that's 2 all day.
They're going to
wave it. I would not be happy about that if I'm Dave Jones right now.
Yeah, but, he's just going to
There's not much you can do.
And, King's not going down on Stamen, so King's going to have to pick up the pace on his feet now, because Stamen's going to be coming right back with that. That's almost the same shot as last time with that little duck to a single, cutting across like a double. And King's got to find some offense, because that shrug's only going to work so much.
Oh, he gets right back on it.
Shrugged him into his legs, trying to pinwheel it. Now keeping him in, and they're out.
They're out of bounds. He'll go right back to it. Good hustle back to the center. I can tell he wants another one here.
Oh, he's going to get it.
Got a caution red. Kind of takes his foot off the line a little quickly, but no big deal. Good motion here.
First real shot by King, but head down, and Stamen easily defends that here. Now he's working some hooks. Looking for that front head and arm. And there's that little knee trip we talked about. That's a beauty. Now he's got that arm tied up, and this is where King did not want to be, on the bottom with Stamen.
Stops him for potentially dangerous. That's a good call there.
Now
always a safe call.
He's going to ride him for 15 and see if he can turn him, and then Coach Jones wants him neutral, because now a major's in play, Matt.
That would be big. He would need to really get to it. Coach Jones is yelling at him.
Yep, he said 15 seconds. He couldn't turn him to cut him, so he's got...
Now he's calling for the cut. I don't know if Stamen heard him. There he goes. He's sick out his feet. He's going to have to get after it now. He's going to need 2 big takedowns.
Yeah, I thought he should have went to it around 55 seconds or so. And I guess Coach Jones figured, he could get a turn from the top.
He's definitely capable of it.
Yeah, well, I knew King didn't want to go down. That was evident.
Got to watch guy clamming up there. He's got to remember he's got a stall call too. So if he can keep pushing him, he might be able to get another one in 20 seconds and get a takedown. And
it's always the big toss.
He would need 2 takedowns. But yeah, you're right about that.
And why not? He can miss a headlock and still win the match. So. Oh. I always think the tables are too close to the mat.
Well, PIAA rule, 10 feet from the mat. Pretty much on it. And that's time. Stamen wins 5-1, picks up the decision for the Bears.
The Bears, and they're up 5, moving to 120. Baldessari versus Fisher here.
Fisher's sophomore, 4-8 on the year. Baldessari, a freshman at 9-12. So, you know, this could be a closely contested match as well here.
Yeah, it's another toss-up match.
Fires off a double. Tries to roll him through, and he does. Just enough to not get taken down, though, out of bounds. They're going to still be on their feet here. But that was a nice shot attempt and good defense as well there. Kind of knowing where you are on the mat. Fires off another, but he's ready for it.
Yeah,
He gets
good single
in.
leg attack.
He just picked that up with his fingers, kind of. He just kind of pulled him back in.
Same scenario, though. Fisher just kind of tossing him right off.
He's going to have to try to get him to like the outer part of the mat and try to finish him with a lot more mat space if he wants to do that, because his takedowns are pretty powerful. He's trying to clear a lot of mat on them, so he's going to kind of get him there, circle, and try to fire it off in the other direction. You know, you watch Jordan Burroughs do that with his blow through double. He'll lure a guy to the edge of the mat before he blasts them.
I was talking earlier about the bracket. I forgot this really is the Conti semis. I forgot we wrestled we wrestled a full round last night.
Yes, you did.
That the semi guys did, drop down and cross over last night. So there was a lot of wrestling here last night in this gym.
In on a single, pops his head through.
Good work there by both guys.
Getting out of bounds. That was a nice flow, though.
Tide rolling into Fisher's, favor a little bit. He's starting to get a little more offensive. He's been all defense in that first part of this first period.
Now he gets in. He's got to try to turn him the other way. Maybe like a little knee slide there. Try to
how about a little
knee slide.
peekaboo, disappear.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't have a lot of mat. It's the third time it's happened. You need to change it up a little bit,
Fisher's really comfortable with the upper body stuff.
If you just get that, that right hand pulling the knee and you kind of peek behind, and he's going to fall to his hip there, and that would be 2.
So Baldessari defers, lets Fisher go down, get the first points.
I guess they're confident with him on his feet to get a takedown. I don't think they'll think it come to that type of overtime, but we will see. Good mat return there. He's just trying to break him down still. He hasn't done too much yet.
Nice Grammy attempt there by Fisher. He's out.
See if he can get 2, and he does.
Would have been nice if he kind of cleared for 1, but he'll take the 2 all day long. 2-0 lead now as we're about the midway point of this match.
That's the cross wrist there. Let's see if he goes for that hazard tilt. He pulls him the other way. You need to elevate as quickly as you can. Just get your foot under and lift, and sometimes you'll get a quick 2 there. Baldessari has about a minute to get back to his feet. He's going to want to do that as quickly as possible. He'll have the choice again here in the third.
Yeah, Fisher seems to be just getting stronger as the match goes.
Gotta be careful here.
Nice return. Bringing him back in too. Looking for that hazard. He rolls through, gets one swipe, but good control by Fisher on top. He's trying to eat some clock, but still plenty of time left here for Baldessari to get a point.
You heard there they yelled. He had his arm on a mat return. You can have a straight arm trapped on a mat return, but if you have that cross wrist, you can hold that on a mat return.
Right. We talked about this last night because we had a slam right here in that scenario. I explained that rule. And there's a quick switch.
Great switch.
So 2-2 just like that, and now Fisher's got to go and get some points back.
We're going to get a stall call here soon. Drops down to the single back.
See he clears out.
And he does. Short time. Try to get right back to work here, though. I mean, you have clock.
He's got some momentum going, too. Yeah, the match just really is heated up, Matt.
I love it.
Both guys know they can score now. I think that first period was a lot of touch and go just to see where everybody was, but now it's just, try and score from wherever you can.
Oh, they're going to go right to his feet here. They don't want to waste time.
No, I think it's a good move. He's been the aggressor on his feet, so. And with that switch they just saw over there, the Boyertown staff, immediately made the call.
It's a good call, too. I mean, Fisher's been looking stronger throughout the match on his feet. Baldessari hasn't taken him down yet either, so, you kind of trust your horse to go get it done. But in on that single, he's collecting the leg. Really tough hips there for Fisher. Gets his leg really deep and heavy, and he comes out on top with a takedown.
Yeah, and again, like I said, Fisher really using momentum in this match.
Baldessari in on that single, and all Fisher did was he got a really heavy leg, and he was able to defend it quickly. And the best wrestlers get right back in on their own attacks, and that's exactly what happened. We got a stall call on Fisher for holding too long, and Dave Jones is not happy about that because he is yelling to cut him because he knew that was coming. So he's got a minute 15 left, Fisher, to stay offensive now because he can't give up that point and tie this thing up.
Yeah, that was a quick call there.
I don't want to. Baldessari looks a little bit gassed here in the third period now, and Fisher looks like he's thriving. So, just a difference maybe in a little bit of stamina. Great hands. And I wouldn't be surprised if we were going to see a stall call on Baldessari soon.
You can do it, Charlie. You can do it, kid. You can do it, kid. You can do it, Charlie. You can do it, Charlie. Set up and go. Set up and go.
Now who's backing up?
He's got him on his heels for sure, Fisher. Difference of a couple minutes makes a huge deal, I guess, because it looks like two different wrestlers from that first period. Fires off that double, and he gets it to his back. Is he going to pick up backs? And he does! That is huge. He's going to get a 4-point. He's going to get 2 takedown and 2-point near fall for 4 points. It's going to make his lead 8-5 now, and let's see if Fisher can't try to respond as quickly as possible. Back on that Granby. Wait, be careful here.
He's got 2 on
belly.
His
oh, man.
And to his back. And this thing's tight. Real tight. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
So that's a 5-pointer there.
That's
no, he only gave him 2. So 2 and 2. So back to where we were with Fisher holding the point. So a lot of action here with 9 seconds to go. And this is what I came to watch today.
Oh, yeah.
Matt.
You have to have a little bit extra mat awareness there. Get to your belly as soon as you feel that. You have an extra point to give. Like, he didn't need to wait that long.
Overtime wouldn't be a bad thing in this one, would it?
Oh, that would be brilliant. But he's got a second to hold on here.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I mean, just got to get, rise up and stay heavy.
And that'll end it. What a match.
Yeah, great match. Won by Fisher there, 9-8. And Boyertown, that's a win they needed. That's gives them an 8-point lead with 3 matches to go. And, I'm sure Coach Jones was sweating that one out.
Yeah, that's a big toss-up match for them, and they were counting on that one. Fisher got it done.
Yeah, and Baldessari, at the end, it was like a back and forth. Two fighters slugging it out. Both guys weary.
That's the second Granby he called him on, too. In that situation, kind of let go and just follow. You don't want to get what just happened. So, watch the tape, learn from it. That's all you can do.
So, Glegorito here for Rustin.
You have Hager, Aiden Hager, junior 4'8" for Boyertown, in on that single right now. Collects it, but Laredo has a nice whizzer here.
Yeah,
he's over top of the hip, but he gets a leg in and gives it two.
I don't know why it's not two.
It is. He just gave it.
I was looking the other way.
Yeah, you don't know what official's officiating now. Keep switching.
Yeah, I was looking at Fantazzi. Didn't realize he wasn't the head official. Now Hager's looking for some backs with this leg in, trying to extend them and get some, cross body pressure. This parallel leg thing, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but there's something to be said about the old, Superman in a cross, having that, cross hip pressure, and bringing back in all those other leg moves, that you have. So.
Now you still see it in the Division I level. That guys still do it, but that's exactly how you taught it.
Yep. And, I know parallel legs have been very popular because of the tilting, with the bar, the reinforced bar, bringing it both ways. I get it. I like the hip pressure, going across 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Because you're going to get a lot more stalemates. You're going to get a lot more, stalling on the top and the bottom with that. But if you're out to the side looking for that hip pressure to take it across, it takes that out of it.
So short time left on the clock. Aiden Hager's going to want to keep him down and try to wrap him back up with that leg. Try to sneak it back in there. He just does a nice job with that little ankle hook there and keeping him spread out, not giving him much press, not giving the bottom guy's hips anywhere to move. When your hips can't move, it's hard to get out.
We were talking last night. 2 out of the 3 West Chester schools are here in the final, day of District Duals and trying to advance the PIAA Team Championships. And Rustin, like I said, had a great run here in this tournament. Boyertown, kind of just trying to maintain the old guard as Boyertown, but Henderson's here as well, and something to be said about that. Chestmont League with Downingtown West. It's a good amount of teams, coming in from the Chestmont, representing, District 1.
It's great to see them on the rise.
It is. It's nice to see a little, it's not a total change, in power, but it is nice to see some different teams here in these District Duals. Rustin, no stranger, obviously, but
clearly. You can see by the way they're wrestling tough here, and he's whacking some cross faces right now. Giving them some liberty here to hit some tough ones.
Yeah, Hager's really not exposing himself. Now he gets to his feet and gets one. Sneaky one.
He got his base. He sealed off, and then as soon as he felt the correct amount of pressure release, he just got right to his feet, and it's not a bad way to do it. You see a lot of guys going the tripod style, but that was a nice way to do it too. And he gets in on that single, and
he's opening up a 5-point lead here.
Doing a great job.
In the second, bonus points here for Boyertown would be monumentous.
And I could tell you, I wouldn't want to be on bottom with Hager on top right now, the way he's wrapping him up.
Oh, nice. He's running this rehook bar. I call that. That's like a rebarb. And he really just ran it well. Now he's going to try catch that arm. He couldn't catch it, but I really like the way he just kind of, took that bar, kind of reverse bar and ran it.
Yeah, he just had to get his body down a little bit and be a little bit of a plow there. And
There it
just
is again. He's going for it again. I really like that. Kind of forearm on the tricep from behind, crank it down and trying to run that bar and then take it right over. I have to talk to Coach Jones about that, get him to come down and show that in the room at the Apple Horton.
Aren't you supposed to be retired?
I am retired.
In on a double is Rita.
Nice
counter.
Roll here, but Rita in, no, stayed on the whizzer.
Oh.
Could be trouble here. Hager digging under that arm. Let's see if he goes back to this interesting arm bar that he runs.
Nice scramble.
Now he's got a regular bar now. Big step. This is big trouble here now.
That's over.
There it is. So that's huge, and that's probably going to do it if my math is correct, Matt. Help me with my math.
I think that is 100% correct, Len.
So Boyertown returning, to the state duels, and Coach Jones got to feel real good about himself and the team, and everything that he's worked hard for, and you kind of wonder what Boyertown is going to be like this year, and now we know they're the same old Boyertown.
Yeah, nothing much has changed.
Yep.
He's been in that room with the old regime, and he knows exactly the way they run it. My guess is he didn't change much. He probably kept it status quo and just kept it business as usual. That's what you do when the machine's not broken. You don't go trying to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed.
Yeah, Pete's up in the stands. He said, this is great. I can watch both matches. I'm going to watch all 3 matches later this afternoon during the finals.
And enjoy it.
And now he's going, hey, I got a trip somewhere on Monday to go watch some wrestling, too, at the state duel. So
that's great.
Tony Haley's in Florida. So they'll have to text him, let him know he needs to get back up here. But he said he's not coming back till Tuesday.
Oh, boy.
So I don't know. Let's talk about semi-retired. That guy's doing more than me.
Semi-retired. That's not even a real thing. You got Pratzner out to an early 2-0 lead.
Nice winner. He's kind of nice here in the middle, fill in for them. He gave him the move earlier in the match, and we were all kind of like, what's going on? And now we know why, because the 6 points that they just grabbed from, Hager were huge. I mean, I don't know if you can kind of draw that out and, play that scenario out, but obviously they did.
They were confident in his ability to pick up bonus points, and that's for sure. His takedowns were, nice. Body position was nice and got it done.
So I know Mike's happy here at the end of the table with his Bears moving on, and guess we're going to have to make a road trip, Mike. It's either Archbishop Ryan or Central Dolphin, buddy, so let me know. Well, Central Dolphin could get beat by who, Mike? Spring Grove will be wrestling Central Dolphin today for that spot. That our number 4 team will have to go, and number 3 will go to Archbishop Ryan. I believe that's correct, right? Not even looking at the bracket, got it in my brain after a quick meeting with Mike and District Chairman Denny Kellum before the start here, trying to figure this all out as the coaches were explaining the logistics last night. And we're trying to get it all straight now and fill out our teams.
There he goes, fishing for the head. He's got that half, but it's extended, so this is going to be tough for him to try to. He's got to pop his head, and he does.
Yeah, nice runner. Good thing to bail there. I mean, he had that one leg in deep, but once you get high and your legs split, forget about it. You got to bail. I've been in 2 coaches' rooms today, Coach Torresani.
How were they?
Oh.
Is there a coach's room here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to go visit that between matches here, Coach.
Yeah, they let the PAWrestling.com guys in.
I paid my dues.
There you go.
And there
nice
he goes
work
the
here
arm.
by Pratzner with that bar.
Got that arm bar. He's got to sit back
nice
a little
liner.
bit.
Big trouble here. Got to get his hips down to finish the fall.
Nice job coming back chest on chest. And
here
he finishes off with big 6 points. And that's a nice way to keep wrestling, even though you see the team score, but you keep wrestling for the fall. Go get your win for yourself.
Yep. A little too late though for Rustin, and
that is true.
So Himes coming out against Ferraro here. Check that. Yep, Ferraro.
Himes senior at 7 and 17. Richie Ferraro is a senior at 4 and 4. So this could be a nice little match to end the afternoon. Duel on before we get into the finals tonight. Something hopefully a little bit close and a little bit exciting.
Not really sure what's going on behind us to see who Boyertown will be squaring off against tonight for that third place match. It's been back and forth over there early, but I'm not sure where the match stands right now. See if I can check that out. Not that it matters because you'll be viewing this well after the fact. Joe Stabilito, our track wrestling guru, posting these things as fast as possible live on PAWrestling.com. My internet is stuck. Here we go.
Not a whole lot of necessary wrestling action going on so far. Just a lot of working for position and ties, and no real shots fired off yet.
Yeah, Downingtown West holding a 29-21 lead right now, 8-point lead. I knew it was close over there.
Gets that little snag single, but Himes is real heavy on him. Does a nice job just kind of bringing his hips in, being really heavy, and clears him off his leg.
But a slow first period in the scoring department. Zero.
Boyertown choice.
Can't talk enough about Upper Dublin High School and hosting these duels. I mean, the way this final is set up this year, and I forget if it was this way last year or not. Mike would have to confirm that, but opening up these back bleachers for this, this championship mat that they're wrestling on this Conchi semifinal on just allows, for great viewing and plenty of space for the teams. And, sometimes you get in these dual meet tournaments and just seems so, packed and crowded. You can't move, but they've done a nice job. But, one of the things Joe and I were talking about, which we always talk about, is the big mats. And, are we ever going to get to a place where we can do the big match? Well, we know we've got a couple places. Oxford, they'll host anything at any time.
Yeah, Souderton.
But, this Upper Dublin staff does a great job.
You got those guys are passionate about the sport, and they love having this stuff here.
Yeah, and we are kind of central between, Bucks and Montgomery counties. It's a far ride for many of the teams, but that's wherever you go. I mean, we hear that complaint all the time on the committee. Matt's on the committee, the District 1 steering committee as well. And, travel really isn't that important at this level. You're going to go where you got to go to wrestle.
I mean, I'm talking to the guy that got us a hotel room to wrestle at regionals in Norristown from Happer Horsham, so which we loved. We requested it, but
once I knew Council Rock was staying there. Council Rock North, apparently. Council Rock had started that years before, I think, with Vic Stanley. I didn't even know that was going on. I don't know if it goes back that far, but I'm at regionals, and traditionally the coaches would go out afterwards to the old Ben Elbow, which is McGurk's now, and it was just kind of a great place to go. And I said, "Where are you guys going?" They're like, "Oh, we're just going back to the hotel." I'm like, "Back to the hotel?" I go, You're a half hour away. So the next thing you know, there I am. There we are at regionals with Council Rock South, Council Rock North, and right there in Plymouth meeting. Nice digs, nice meal.
It was a DoubleTree Marriott, if I recall.
You were sick as a dog. You would have went to States that year.
That was the most brutal tournament I've ever tried to wrestle through. I warmed up with a full box of tissues, and by the end of the warm up, they were in the trash can.
Yeah, that was rough, but nonetheless, again, even things like traveling to Quakertown or districts, even from Methacton, we had sectionals one year. I had us all stay over up there. Just again, that team bonding thing. I mean, a lot of teams don't get that experience on the road. I mean, obviously, we did travel to the King of the Mountain, and we go to Lancaster and New York every year.
We did Disney Duals as a team one year, which was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and again, Joe Youngblood and I talk about this all the time, strength of scheduling. You have to travel to get that, level of competition. Now, you don't always have to go get the highest level of competition in your travel. I mean, you can customize your schedule for your team, and you know that. I mean, so you got to get off of your regular path to get to this higher level. And we wonder why we see these same teams all the time. Well, look at these guys' schedules.
Yeah, they're tough, and they go to the best tournaments. And it's, I would love to be able to go to some better tournaments. I'm working on it, trying to improve and try to get to that level. So hopefully soon I can be doing that as well with my team.
Sure, and it takes time. You got to have fundraising. You got to have good booster program, good parent, group, association, whatever, you can do for your program. Fundraising is the key to that.
It's massive, and you are a fundraising machine.
Yeah, and we had those golf outings and those Monte Carlo nights and, things like that just to, get everybody out and pump money into the program. And, it really just pays for the travel, the lodging, the meals, and, of course, the gear that you need when you're traveling.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's a snoozer.
Yeah. So far 0-0 going into the third. Trying to end this match. I thought it could get a little exciting, but
yeah, nothing against these two wrestlers, but obviously with the match decided, they're knotted up 0-0 here into the third. So see what happens here. Farrar's down. He's coming up. Got to do some good hand fighting to clear, and he does.
Stays in bounds, does a nice job.
Nice hit placed out, too, so he's got his one.
They haven't awarded it yet. And they do right there as they come out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, that's that official prerogative. Kind of wait. If he blows out, you give him the one. We had some big issues with that last night here. However, we would have liked to seen the whistle blown a little sooner and hold those calls a little bit as well.
In on a head between his legs double, and they just go out of bounds. And set back up. Farrar trying to stay offensive. It's the right thing to do in this situation. Still pushing at him here. Fires off a single. Left her like a little head fake.
Head on the wrong side.
Yes, it is.
But nonetheless, effective.
He at least gets it off the mat.
There's that trip. Good.
He's got to finish, though, here. He's got to try to...
Yeah, he's got to come back up, get some height, and bring him back in.
You either want to switch hands or put that up on the tabletop and circle behind.
Fleeing the mat call right there. Fleeing the mat is the call. Really had nowhere to go. I mean,
no.
It was just a one turn and kick, and Coach Jones is going to take the explanation and walk back to the bench.
That's all you can do at that point.
You know what? And that's a veteran, coaching move, because there's no need for him to get a warning in this tournament or in this match, and but nonetheless, defending his wrestler, and rightfully so.
His assistant definitely wasn't happy. He just kind of said, all right, you got to let it go now.
Yeah, I usually finish it up with, you're terrible. Or that's a terrible call. Or that's just terrible.
Like a little Charles Barkley, you're terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Give him the old, that's terrible.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I've been known to get a point or two, Matt.
Yeah, yes, you are. I've learned from the best.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna want to hold on here for the next 15 seconds. Interesting position. Let's see if he can get this little mixer. And he gets behind to tie it up with 2 seconds left on the clock. Unbelievable. I would not be happy if I am Richie Ferrara right now.
So we're going overtime here.
Yes, we are. 1 minute on the clock. First takedown wins. Otherwise, we're going top bottom. He's moving, but Himes trying to get around, but Ferrara kept counting, and finally he does. He breaks his hip, and then he gets around, and that's the match. Himes wins in sudden victory, 4-2.
That'll do it. 39-28. The Boyertown Bears advancing to the state duels. Matchup to be determined for Monday as they'll wrestle Downingtown West in the consolation finals right here in about 40 minutes or so. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back.